So the question was, how could I make a switch in my labyrinth someplace that would open a door someplace else? We will be able to do a key based on what you're about to learn, I think. I've got two versions of this. I've got the basic version and then the more fancy version. The basic version, as long as I trigger this switch, it's going to open that door. We'll do the basic version first so we can understand what's happening, and then I'll show you the fancy version too. So the basic version, as long as you touch this switch, that door opens. And it opened immediately. And if I touch it again, it does not close. Okay? So let's look inside and see what's happening. First of all, in my scene, I have three actors: door, wall, and button. I've just dragged two wall actors out here just to have something. And then I've dragged a door actor. So the wall actors have absolutely no behavior at all. They're just there to be a block. The button has a display text. What text is the button displaying? So it's some attribute called game.doorUnlocked. How do I view my attributes and see what that is?
You're talking about seeing what the word says?
I want to see what kind of value unlocked is.
Oh, you go back.
Go back.
Then you click on attributes.
Click on attributes.
And then you click on door unlocked.
So what kind of value is door unlocked?
It's a Boolean.
What's a Boolean?
I can tell you.
Anybody know what a Boolean is?
True, false.
It's a true or a false, yeah. So as you can see here, it can either be checked or not checked.
You want it to change.
So I'm representing whether or not the door is unlocked. So if I check this box for door unlocked and then I run the game, the door is automatically unlocked. And the word here displayed on the box, I don't know if you can see it on the projector, the word here is true. If I go back and I go to my attributes and I uncheck the box and I run the game, the door is locked and the word here on the switch is false. So what we want to do is have a value that we can change using this actor that affects the behavior of that actor. So perfect. Absolutely, we put a rule. So on the button, the rule says when the actor receives the touch event, set the attribute game.doorUnlock to be true. So the switch can control that attribute by setting it to true when that button is pushed. The other half of the equation lives where? In the what? In the door, yeah. In the actor that we want to have take some behavior. So Dustin's absolutely right. We created a rule that says when the game.doorUnlocked is true, then we're going to rotate ourselves to 90 degrees. And this is a change attribute. So that changes it from 0 straight to 90. And so that's why when I click this, it goes from 0 straight to 90. So that's the basic way we can do it. What questions do you have about that way?
Or if you want, you can change the change attribute and destroy attribute.
I could completely erase that. So if you want the door to disappear, I could destroy that actor. Now what if I wanted it so that if I hit the switch again, it would close back? And so I could open it and I could close it.
You add another rule.
Okay, so I made a little bit more fancy version, and I tried as hard as I could to make two rules. One that said if it's false and I click it, turn it true, and if it's true and I click it, turn it false, so it could flip-flop back and forth.
Those would interact with each other.
Exactly. I didn't think it would, but you're absolutely right. They conflicted. So you had that experience by trying to make a pause and a play. Okay, it makes sense.
You say the other way.
The other what?
Or you say that like there's an otherwise down here, or you say otherwise. Like if like you can say if the thing displays true, then go to false. Otherwise.
Well, let's take what you're saying, and you know you're right. So I'm going to edit my button, and we're still in the basic mode. So you're saying when I click this button, set it to true, Are you? I know what otherwise means. It means in the other case, when I've not clicked it, set it to false.
But that would.
I think that would cause our door to always be closed.
Well, let's try it.
It wouldn't set.
Science, try it.
Let's try it. Now click it again. Dang it.
Yeah, it's acting weird. So let me show you how I'd solved that problem using another version of this game. And I call this one door switch open close.
Actually, make an experiment. Game.
Door switch open.
All right. Well, let me play it.
You cannot preview this.
Why can I not preview this?
Because you
Tell me that you cannot preview. Well, how'd you do it?
How did I do it? So the difference here is a couple things. If I click this button, it's switching back and forth, and it's switching nicely like you'd expect it to do in a game. And this word here, false, is remaining false the whole time.
Oh.
So I actually abandoned the entire true-false thing. Let's go look inside this game. I abandoned the true-false thing, and in the attributes of my scene, I created a new value called switch clicks. And if I really wanted to see what that value is, I could go here and say show games switch clicks. And so every time I click this button, what's happening?
It changes rule.
What's happening to the number? Can you see it projected? It's a bad.
It's to.
It says 5, doesn't it?
What does it say now?
6.
6,
6.
7.
So every time I click this button, it's adding 1 to the number of times I've clicked it. And
You can just turn it yellow if you don't want it there long. You just turn the text yellow.
I can, but I'm using the text to kind of help us understand what's going on. So if you were to say something about evens and odds, what could you correlate about evens versus odds in the door?
Evens is closed,
Even.
odds is open.
Evens is closed, odds is open. Perfect. Okay, so what I needed to do, instead of saying if it's true or if it's false, is in the behavior of the door, say if this, and this is the code to determine if it's odd, then open it, otherwise close it. If it's, this is the part that says if it's odd, and I can explain what that all means, but if it's odd, open it, otherwise close it. And so rather than changing anything from true to false, I just added 1 to the switch clicks. And adding 1 to the switch clicks is just like adding 1 to the score. And the only other difference in this one is in the door's behavior. Instead of changing attribute, we're interpolating, and interpolating over a certain time. So if I want to say 0.5, that'll make the door swing.
But now you have to add
Faster.
switch click to an attribute.
Don't you have to add a what to a who?
So you have to make the switch click an attribute.
I did. That was the first thing. This one's already
I
done.
already missed it.
Yeah, so I did it before you joined me.
What if you want the ball, the door to be like key unlocked, to where you have your ball rolling along with the key, and your ball has to roll into the key to pick it up, and then you collide with the door.
Great. So you both are asking this about a key thing. If you're going to say I do have a key or I don't have a key, you'd use a Boolean value to indicate that you do have it or you don't have it. And then you could make a compound value by saying like add another thing and attribute got the key is equal to true. And you can add and delete all of these extra conditions by using this plus and minus.
So basically, whenever you collide with the key, change the attribute to true.
When I collide with the key, I'm going to change the fact that I have it to true.
And then,
And then if you want to, you can make the key disappear so it looks like I picked it up.
so if you collide with it, destroy and change the true.
Yep.
And then make it to where if you collide with the door, if your ball is false and you collide with the door, it's nothing. But if it's true and it collides with the door, then it opens the door.
Correct. You got this.
So you're gonna help us out, right?
In that way that I normally help you out by not really giving you answers but making you think yes.
I don't like that way.
I think that's the way he had